Hello, everyone. This is LV Spencer. I'm your host today for the 15-minute logistics webinar, and our focus today will be ordering office supplies. As I mentioned, I am LV Spencer, and here's my contact information. I'm the logistics lead for the Southwest and Rocky Mountain Division. And feel free to send me an email if you have any questions or comments regarding logistics in support of a disaster relief operations. Next, I want to go over some of the topics we're going to be covering today. We're going to be covering these areas: the Staples National Agreement, how to register your P card, Staples, and I say P card, that's the American Red Cross procurement card. And then we're going to talk about the Staples preferred items list and then ordering supplies from Staples through request. The American Red Cross has established a national agreement with Staples, and they are a vendor of choice in regards to regarding office supplies. We need to try to use that agreement as much as we can. One of the things that's really important in procurement is in getting the best pricing is volume. You find that the more volume you can direct towards a supplier, the better discounts they can provide for you. When we're spreading our purchases out among different vendors or suppliers, you're not going to get that volume discount that you need and getting the best prices. So whenever possible, we need to try to use the Staples National Agreement, not only during a DRO, but also during a gray sky environment on a day-to-day basis. I'd also like to highlight a little bit about the registering your P card with Staples. If you have and I recommend this to anybody that has a American Red Cross procurement card, that they go online, and I'll show you how to do that in a moment, that you register your card with Staples. And what that allows you to do is to get the better discounts. Instead of going into a Staples store and paying the retail price or maybe getting the sales price, you can actually get better pricing by using a procurement card that is registered with Staples. Unless it's registered, they don't know if this is an American Red Cross card or if this is just another credit card. And I'll show you how you can actually do that so we can get a better deal on your procurements in store. The next item we're going to cover is the Staples preferred items list. I've gone out on DROs, disaster relief operations, and sometimes we'll see the same items ordered over and over again, but other times I'll see more expensive items being used, and I'll ask the question, why aren't you using something that's a little bit cheaper? Well, the standard answer is, well, we just didn't know what the others were available because they don't order items on a daily basis, especially office supplies. So we've gone in, and I think there's a 70-plus list of standard staple items that people should use on a DRO and even during a blue sky environment. And so we're going to show you that list as well, share it with you. And then ordering supplies from Staples, you can do that through request. Oftentimes people think on a DRO that we've got to go to the Staples store to get items. Well, you can actually order them through request, and sometimes you can get them just as quick and get them delivered just as quick through Staples. Staples does have 24-hour delivery, but that is restricted to Monday through Fridays. So, on the weekend, there are no weekend deliveries, so on the weekends you may have to go to the store. But they do have 24-hour delivery, but the secret to making that 24-hour delivery is getting your orders in early enough so they can go through the approval process and request so that Staples gets that order by 3 p.m. If they receive the order from the American Red Cross by 3 p.m., then they can make the delivery on the next business day. So you just have to back that out, and depending on the time zones and things, because the staple orders that go through request are going to go through supply chain management for approvals and things, and so you've got time zones that you have to deal with. But typically, if you can get an order in by 10, 12 o'clock on a day, you can actually be delivered the next business day. And with that, you can add delivery addresses. So if you need things delivered out to maybe like to a shelter or to a kitchen site that's remote from the headquarters area, you can actually have it delivered straight to them and not have it being brought in through maybe the warehouse or supply or at the headquarters. So, you can save that step of actually making deliveries where they can deliver it out to the point of need. I'm going to show you a couple ways in the Staples as to how you can order office supplies through their quick order process, and then I'm also going to show you how you can do it through the shopping list. A specific shopping list has been designed for DROs, and you can use it again for blue skies for what we call emergency disaster kit, and I'm going to show you that as well. So I think I've covered all these things and given you sort of a highlight of it. Next, what I would like to do is give you a demonstration of these different items. Just a moment here. So I'm going to give you a demonstration of registering your P card with Staples and how that can be done. Then I'm going to give you a demonstration on the preferred items and then ordering through request. First, let's do the registering the P card with Staples. Here's a flyer that Staples has created for us when you have to go to the store and you're going to use your American Red Cross procurement card. You want to make sure that you register your P card so that you're going to get credit and get the better discounts. And you'll notice on here down at the bottom, all program discounts will be shown on the receipt. So, you're not going to pay the price that's on the item. Hopefully you're going to pay the American Red Cross price. So you want to make sure that you register your P card or procurement card with Staples. And I can give you a copy of this flyer as well. But all you have to do is on this flyer is click register, and it's a very simple form on the contract card registration, and you just need to register your American Red Cross procurement card. Just the only thing that's a little sensitive here is the credit card number, so they can link that credit card to the pricing that you need to get from for our discounted pricing. So it's a very simple process. Just register your P card with Staples to get the better discounts. Next, I want to show you the Staples preferred items. And what we've done is we went back to Staples and asked them to give us a listing of the items that are emergency disaster kits. So here's some of the standard items that have been developed. There's 74 of them, and it's called the Emergency Disaster Kit, and it was just created a couple of days ago. But these are the items that are frequently used out on a DRO. The file folders, the markers, the clipboards, the pens, the papers. Oftentimes we'll be getting a request that says, I need some paper. Well, we don't know what kind of paper, and oftentimes we don't know, do you want ruled, plain, pad of paper, what size of paper, things like that. And so you can share this with the people that are needing items, and they can actually see what you're going to be ordering for them. There's also some Sharpies in here, rubber bands, tape, Post-it notes, things like that, paper. Oftentimes I'll see people using this more expensive copier paper. So this is our best deal on copier paper and things. So some of these items most of these items are going to be used in the headquarters. Some of them are going to be used out in shelters. You'll notice some of these items are more designed for shelters type things. So, and I can share you with this list with you as well. So that's the standard items that we prefer people to use. These we found have been the most economical purchases. All these items are on contract. The only drawback on this list is it does not have pricing. So to get that, you would have to go to the request to actually see the actual pricing. But that does give you pictures, so that's one of the trade-offs. So that's the Staples preferred items that we use. Now let's talk about ordering through request for our office supplies. I'm going into request, which is also known as Ariba. I'm going to log in here. And this is just the standard request, procure to pay, P2P. And we do the shopping in Staples just like we would do any others. We can do a shop by supplier, or I could do the recent reviewed suppliers. I'm just going to go to click on supplier, go up to Staples, contract, and commercial. And one of the things that with the Staples is you're actually punching out to their website. So this is just what you would see if you went to the order online. But the prices here are American Red Cross prices. So this is a little bit different than just, going out to any other, to the retail website. That this is linked back to the American Red Cross. We're still connected to the P2P, and we're connected to their website. We call this a punch-out catalog. And this is going to list all the items that you can order through Staples. Well, some of these are very good prices. Some of them are a little expensive. So we want to try to order those things that are on our emergency disaster kit list. And so there's a couple of ways we can do that. One is through this quick order. Is if you just put in there the quick order number or the Staples number and the quantity that you want, and you can just order that on and on. And if you need to order multiple items, you can just go down and click on all the different, enter the item numbers and the quantities, and then add it to your cart. So that's one way that you can do it. With that preferred item list, you have the stock numbers there. The other way you can do it is if you go over to your shopping list and you click on the drop down, and it has all kinds of different shopping lists, but the one that we want to look at is called this Emergency Disaster Kit. And I'm not going to show you everything on here because it has American Red Cross pricing on it, and that's proprietary information. But if you go down here, you'll notice there's 74 items, and you can either select them all, and some of these are set up for multiple quantities, so you may have to change the date. But if you go down through there, you're going to see all the different items that are listed on the total items list. Now, just a quick review, how did I do that? I went to your shopping list, and it's under Emergency Disaster Kit. So you would do your shopping like you normally would, and then you would go through the checkout process. So that's a quick demonstration on how to register your P card with Staples. Showed you the preferred items list, and then how you can go ordering through request. Just wanted to remind you, one last thing is that if you'd like to have a copy of that Staples preferred items list, just send me an email, and I'll be glad to share that with you. Today's webinar, you want to check your email box for future webinars. I'll be sending out announcements on them, so be checking that. And finally, this finishes the formal part of the webinar, and I want to thank you for joining us, and I'm going to remain online for another few minutes for any questions that you may have. Thank you again for joining us.